my gosh, they just keep coming today, don't they? Right, well, let's do another one, shall we? It's guest time again, Vassos. It's over to you.
Next guest is the multi-award-winning Hollywood superstar who's been stealing the show for decades and first stole all our hearts as Jack from Will and Grace. He now stars in Good Night Oscar at London's Barbican Theatre from July the 31st. And it's always high praise for Sean Hayes.
Let's hear it for Sean Hayes, everyone.
Yeah, look at that.
All right, Hazy.
Is that even coming through on the mic?
Yeah, of course
clapping?
it is.
All right, sure.
How can it not?
And then they just went back to their places and fell back asleep.
Let me tell you, Sean. People are very excited about you coming to the building.
I'm so excited to be here. I love it here.
I loved Will and Grace anyway. Tilly adores Will and Grace. She thinks that you and she would be amazing best friends.
Well, we're going out after this.
Is that? Oh, don't say that.
Yeah, we got a flat that we're renting together.
No, she'll be devastated if you don't do that now.
Yeah, no.
Now Bateman is in town, so this is obviously true. If you don't know, Sean and Bateman, Jason Bateman and Will Arnett host I have like 3 favorite podcasts. Yours is my favorite funny podcast. It's massive. I know you want to talk about the play. We'll talk about everything. We've got loads of time.
Oh, we do.
But Bateman is in town. Bateman's staying with you.
Yes.
Get him on the blimmin' show, man. Bateman, is he listening?
Probably not.
Why not?
Because we just woke up.
Jason Bateman, you need to get on this show. I can't believe you're in town. You haven't come.
Yeah.
You lazy Bateman.
No, he's visiting. He was very sweet. Him and his wife and some other friends came to visit.
He's not that sweet. He didn't come on the show. He's sweet to a point.
We'll get him.
So Smartless, massive podcast. How many years in now? 4 or 5 years?
5 years.
5 years?
5 years. Yeah.
All right, for people who don't know what Smartless is, what is Smartless?
Smartless is a podcast that I do with Jason Bateman and Will Arnett. It's a comedy podcast, and the conceit of the show is one of us brings on a guest and the other two don't know about, so it's a surprise to them. So it's an interview in real time.
Is it true, therefore, right? Because David Beckham wasn't your guest. Is it true that you really didn't know?
Really, truly, everybody asks.
I can't believe
I know. Everybody asks if the premise of the show is real, and it's 100% real. We don't, unless it's, again, we bring on a guest that, do you have a question?
I know the premise of the show is real. I know that. I get that.
Okay.
Right?
They can't see your hand go up.
I know. They can actually. We're being live streamed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know that the conceit is real. I just thought for the Beckham thing, I thought they must know.
Well, we interviewed the three presidents of the United States, and you're not interested if that was we didn't
know
about
of course
that.
Not. It's not as important as David. Nowhere near as important as David Beckham. They were voted in. He was like he geniused himself in.
Yeah,
but
I didn't know anything about David Beckham. I mean, I'm not a huge. Okay.
Hang on. Hadn't you watched the documentary?
I just had watched it, which is weird.
See, that's why I was suspicious.
But I know, but I never.
I thought, you've conveniently watched the whole of the Netflix documentary just before he came on. See where I'm coming from?
I see what you're coming from with the Charlie Brown hat.
Yeah.
I never knew, because I'm not a newsflash. I'm not a big sports person. I know it's shocking, but so when my friend Will Arnett, who I did the podcast with, he was like, you have to watch this Beckham documentary, and I was like, why would I? I mean, I love David Beckham, but I'm like, I'm not into football or anything.
Sneaky Will.
And so I watched. I was floored. It was fascinating to me.
It's a brilliant documentary.
It is so. I mean, what that guy went through and what the country put him through.
I know.
My Lord.
I know. And the thing about him is, and that documentary and that interview that you did with him, is that I've never heard him interviewed at all before, let alone for an hour. And he was brilliant.
Oh, he's funny.
He's funny.
Like, he's great.
Sharp
he's sweet,
as a tack.
and he's kind, and he's funny.
And he's in love.
Yeah.
And he's organised, and his feet are on the ground.
Yeah, he's great.
And he's grateful.
Yes, he is.
There's nothing. And
he's everything you and I aren't.
Yeah, exactly. Put together. With a bit of Bateman stirred in.
Yeah, right.
Where are you, Bateman? Darn you. I will never forgive you, Jason Bateman. I used to love you up until this point. And since then, of course, David's been knighted. He's now Sir David Beckham.
Oh, is that when would that happen?
Last week.
For real?
Yes, for real.
Wow, that's cool.
So you had a Knight of the Realm one. I also enjoyed...
he's kind of like, he's the kind of guy you want to call up and have a meal with. Like, he's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I presume Will on it. Because Will's a massive soccer fan, isn't he?
Huge.
Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp,
huge.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it's true that Beckham wants Jurgen Klopp to go and manage his team into Miami. And they've just had a new stadium built.
I don't know any of these things.
Do you know Beckham?
I don't even know where I'm staying right now.
He listens to
Where's Westminster?
What? Where's Westminster? It's where the Prime Minister lives.
I know.
He's just been on the show.
Oh, really? No, I'm saying, like, I don't know where I love London, but I don't know where I'm at.
You can see it all from here.
I know.
Because we're on the 17th floor. What do you want to know? Where do you want to know?
Wait.
Name somewhere and I'll tell you where it is.
I don't know anything.
We just said Westminster.
The name of the
Westminster's that
podcast
way.
is Smartless.
Okay, stand up.
All right. Geez.
Stand up. Have a look outside the window. That's the Tower of London, which is where...
What is all that?
That's a train station. That's London Bridge train station.
There's no trains on it.
There are trains. It's just that we're very high up.
And then what's that?
That's Canary Wharf. That's our Manhattan Island. That's the River Thames. See all that water there?
That's the Thames.
That flows to the sea.
Oh, yeah. I got it.
That's Tower Bridge.
You don't have to talk to me like
all right,
I'm
I'm just... Okay, all right,
Yeah.
Sean.
That flows to the sea!
That flows to the sea.
Yeah, I got it.
No, Beckham was great. Daniel Craig was great. You and Daniel Craig.
I love Daniel Craig, yeah.
I know you do. You love your Star Wars films. You love your Bond films.
That's right.
And
Huge.
you said, I know all the lines from Bond films. Then he challenged you, and you delivered so well done. Yeah. Take your hand away from your ear.
Yeah, I remember that. Casino Royale is so great.
And he talked about the first time he worked with a big shot actor, which was John Gielgud. And then you talked about the time that you worked with Jack Nicholson.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Tell us more. Tell us.
Yeah. So I did the bucket list with Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman, and I used to call them the two captains, Captain Jack and Captain Morgan. Do you guys have those alcohols here?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And then the first day of shooting, I was of course really nervous because they're legends, and we're sitting in a Bentley, and they took the windshield out to put the camera in the windshield. And they're sitting in the back seat, and it's just me in the front. It's just us three. And it's my first day of filming, for 3 months. And so in my mind, they're not even talking to each other because they're running lines in their heads, like getting ready to shoot. And in my mind, I'm sitting in the front. I'm like, do I go for it? Do I not go for it? Do I say this joke in my head or do I not? You know what? I'm going to go for it. So I turn around and I go, maybe one day when you make it big, you can sit in the front. Crickets, got nothing. Like, no.
There's no need for that. That's not the story you told.
Well, that's one of them.
Another story. Sorry, I was thinking, where's this going? It's a good story.
Oh.
No, I do. I like it a lot. I do. Honestly, I adore that
can
story.
tell.
No, I was going somewhere. I was thinking this is a slam dunk.
What's the other
I'm on
story?
to the next question.
What's the other story?
I can't remember, but it wasn't that though. I guarantee it wasn't that. 100%.
Well, all right. I'll try to think of another one.
No, it doesn't matter.
Wait, what's another one?
It doesn't matter.
He did say he didn't eject. I don't know. Oh, maybe this is it.
No, it was about acting.
That's what I'm going to say it right now.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, Jackson lying in the hospital, in his hospital bed, and he
Take two.
Yeah, sorry, take two. He's lying in the hospital bed, and he leans over to me and he goes, do you know what you mean when you say that line? We were rehearsing.
This is the
we
story.
were rehearsing.
Yes.
And he goes, do you know what you mean when you say that line? And I go, yeah, do you?
Jack Nicholson.
Don't give me a note. I don't give you notes.
Well, the acting seems to be going very well because you've just won
he was great, though.
You've just won a Tony.
I won a Tony.
Tony.
Yeah, I've done it again. Yeah.
So you won a Tony for Goodnight Oscar. So because they said, look, we might take it to London. If you win the Tony, we will. He probably won't win. Don't worry. Then he wins. Oh, God. Oh, we've got to take it to London now.
No. They asked me at the end of the run while I was doing it if I want to go to London. And I was like, no, I want to go to bed. I mean, it's really hard. It's really hard. It was like 20-some weeks or something.
They have beds in London.
Yeah. No, well, sure. Then take me to bed in London. But I waited for like a year, and then they asked me again, kindly asked me again. I was so fortunate, and the timing was right. And I was like, yes, of course I would. I mean, it's been a dream of mine to do something here.
Yeah.
I mean, for real. Like,
what really happened was Jason Bateman said, can you get us a free holiday to London? Yes, I think so, if they still want me to do Goodnight Oscar.
Yeah, right.
Since I won the Tony.
Oh,
what do you think you did in your performance to get you the Tony? Because let's face it, they don't come easily, Tonys, do they?
No, I mean, I can't answer that. Only other people can.
Oh, come on, you can.
No, I mean, I found this role. I worked on it for like 20 years trying to get, put it together.
Actually, should we frame what it is? This is bad interviewing.
Sorry. It was horrible, by the way.
Sorry.
No, by the way, it's miles better than mine. I'm like, what's your favorite color?
Yeah, not a high bar. Sorry.
No, but Chris Evans, you do this every day?
Of course I do. Can't you tell?
God bless America. So, what are we talking about? Oh, Goodnight Oscar.
Yeah.
So the play is based...
True story.
Loosely based on a true story. Yeah. I played Oscar Levant, who was a very famous pianist and actor in the 1950s in America. And he appeared in movies like An American in Paris with Gene Kelly and big movies, but always like The Second Banana. But he was world famous for being a classical classical pianist. And he was also brilliantly funny, fast, witty guy on talk shows and appearances. Raconteur, yeah, of sorts. And he was a favorite guest of Jack Parr. So people who don't know, Jack Parr on The Tonight Show, right now it's Jimmy Fallon. Before Jimmy Fallon, it was Jay Leno. Before Jay Leno, it was Johnny Carson. Before Johnny Carson, it was Jack Parr. And so we based it loosely on a real event, which was Oscar Levant had mental health issues, and he was an abuser of medication, and would talk about him on live television or live radio or wherever he was all the time, which was really taboo back then. It's taboo now. People don't want to talk about it, but he the event that it's based on, he got a 4-hour pass from a mental health facility to appear on a game show.
Right. Now,
so for the
his
play,
his wife
is June Levant. Yeah.
Yeah, and she
got the pass. Yeah, she got him a pass through the Tonight Show to get him, through the doctors and everything to get him out of the mental health facility.
And he wasn't in one. He was going to one.
No, he was in one.
He was in one.
Yeah, he was in many over the years.
Okay.
And so he got a 4-hour pass to come on TV and be on this game show. And then... but for the play, we changed it to the Tonight Show because everybody more familiar with the Tonight Show. And in real life, Jack Parr would always have Oscar Levant on the Tonight Show, and he would sign off in real life every single night saying, "Good night, Oscar Levant, wherever you are," every night. So that was the original name of the play, but it wouldn't fit on the marquee, so we changed it to Good Night, Oscar.
Nice, very nice.
I gotta go.
Now you sound like your podcast.
Yeah.
The play culminates in a huge piano piece. Now, fortunately, you play. As an actor, sometimes you're offered roles and they say, can your actor to your agent, can your actor ride a horse? You just say yes and you learn to ride a horse.
That's right.
You can't do that with this.
Right.
So clearly you can, you've been able to play the piano for a while.
Yeah, I started studying piano when I was 5 years old, and that was my major at university or college, I don't know what you're saying. And I thought I was going to be a composer and a conductor and a classical pianist and tour the world. And then I was like, and then I got a job as a musical director at a dinner theater in the suburbs of Chicago, and I was like in the pit, doing 300 performances of Evita and West Side Story and Music Man and all these classic music, and I'd be in the pit and I'm like, God, that looks so much more fun up on stage, and I had
and so much more money.
Yeah, right. So anyway, a friend of mine years later said you should play Oscar Levant in 2001, I think, and then I was like, who's Oscar Levant? Then I researched him and I was like, wow. Then life kind of happened, went on the shelf, and another friend 5 years later said you should play Oscar Levant. I was like, why are people telling? This is crazy. So probably because they knew my piano skills and they thought, what a great role to showcase what skills I have left at the piano and what skills I have left as an actor. So there we are.
Oh, wow. And the jokes, it's like machine gun jokes.
Unbelievable, hilarious. One of his favorite, his great one-liners. He was very well known for his one-liners. One was, "I knew Doris Day before she was a virgin," and another one was, "I take prescription pills for the side effects."
Oh my gosh! So he's quite punk for his day.
Yeah, like extremely punk.
And he was fearless.
Yes.
And was he?
Yeah.
Go on, I know what.
No, you go. It's your show. So it's Chris Evans. Believe me, they let me know that on the way in. It is Chris Evans' show.
I'm so sorry. I apologize. It's one of those things.
It's literally everywhere I look.
I know. What can I say? I wish it was green screen, but it's not. It's the opposite of green screen. You can't put what you wanted in there.
No, we can't escape it.
I got there first. So Broadway to the West End, right?
Yeah.
Even for people who were trying to get across the line to the theatre, what are the main differences? What are the major differences? It's fair to say, isn't it? It's very exciting for actors from America to come and play the West End.
Oh my gosh! It really, truly is a dream come true.
So why is that? Because I've seen stuff on Broadway. It's fun. It's as good as here. It's different, but it's as good as.
I think because we rightfully so revere the Brits for everything
because of Shakespeare, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, we revere the passion and the craft that your people take seriously.
Yeah.
And sure, there are of course people in America that take it seriously too, but it feels like it originated here.
Right.
And so there is that. Yes, you are correct. There's that feeling of. If you can make it there in New York, you can make it anywhere.
You can make it anywhere.
But you can also say the same for here, I think.
It's so funny, though, isn't it? Because, when I'm reading, modern contemporary American writers who started off, writing newspaper columns.
Yeah.
Still to this day, newspaper articles are written more dramatically, but not via hyperbole in American papers. They're written more sort of they're more exciting. It's almost like a screenplay. The articles almost start halfway through, so they hit the ground running like a good film would.
Yes, very good.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. They're twisty turny.
Yeah. And whether it's Arthur Miller or whoever it is, we have the same vibe, but from a sort of envious contemporary point of view that you have from an envious historic point of view.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's true. I mean, we've heard it a million times. Any American that comes on the show, I'm sure, is like, wow, the history here, and the buildings and the architecture and this, everything is just, we just don't have it. We're like, wow, that building is 50 years old. We're like, wow.
I know. It's so cool. What are you watching on telly at the moment?
I really like The Traitors. It hasn't been on in a while. I like the UK version better.
Yeah, Will Arnett, he's into all the Scandi stuff, isn't he?
I like documentaries. I like murder documentaries.
Right.
Yeah, I like crime stuff. Yeah. That's really good. And
because he and Ricky Gervais were talking about all the Scandi, the cop shows and the Bureau, Le Bureau, and these Belgian shows they were talking about.
Yeah. Will watches,
I was writing them all down when I was listening. It's like I have not watched any of these.
Yeah, Will watches a bunch of foreign shows, and I'm like, subtitles.
And Bateman is he the sort of impresario out of the three of you, would you say?
What do you mean by that?
Is he because you talk about the cogs, the analog, aspect to his mind. He's you know what I mean? He's like, if somebody was good, if you three had a studio, he would probably run it, wouldn't he?
Oh, really?
I don't know. That's how it comes across. Or he would think that you would both let him think that he ran.
There you go.
And he wouldn't notice.
There you go.
Because he's all like, boom.
That's it. No, Jay is really. He's one of the smartest people I've ever known.
He's so smart, and he has a stillness.
He's the greatest. I just love him. Yeah.
Will still drinks. Do you drink anymore?
Will doesn't drink.
Oh, Will doesn't drink.
Will and Jason are sober.
That's right.
And I quit drinking because I have AFib.
Right, I see. So none of you drink anymore because you look extraordinarily well and you're all really sharp.
You're kind. I slept 4 hours, but thank you.
No, but you look really fresh-faced.
Thank you.
How big has the arena tours been, or the various arena performances been of the podcast? How big were they?
Oh, big, yeah.
10,000, 20,000?
I don't know. No. I mean, we didn't play stadiums.
Arenas, though?
No. We just played like big theaters. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And you had Letterman.
Yeah, we had Letterman.
That was an excellent
gosh, we had Mark Cuban was one of mine, Matt Damon. It was cool because Matt came on with my sister in Wisconsin. So my sister's kind of a character on the podcast as well. And so for the audience to see her live was really cool.
Daniel Craig was a fantastic.
From my sister to Daniel Craig, yeah.
You went to him, didn't you?
Yeah, what do you mean we went to him?
Didn't you go to a junket or something? Did you go to a hotel?
No, he was in a hotel.
Oh, right, I see. So you're zooming.
Yeah.
You can't tell.
No, we're in our pajamas.
Well done.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
You could tell Ricky Gervais was zooming. You could easily tell Ricky Gervais was zooming.
Why? Because there was a delay or something?
No, just because the different sound of his mic to your mic.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes.
That was hilarious, by the way.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Other great, three more great podcasts to listen to. Your episodes for people who've never heard Smartless.
Oh God! Everybody asks me that. I have to look at my phone. Do we have time?
Yeah, of course. Well, let's play a record. I'm not in a rush. You in a rush? Bateman, you've still got time to get here. Let's play a tune. Here's Miles Smith. Here's Gold.
Wait.
Hang on a sec. Hang on. We'll play a tune. Well, I'm so glad we didn't have that conversation on the air. Isn't it funny, when you put yourself, in the hands of the universe, she looks after you, baby. And I was going to go somewhere next that I didn't go because we played a tune. I'm now really glad that we didn't.
Look at these. I'm looking at everybody. You asked who my favorite was. There's so many.
Just like if people want to go and sample your podcast.
Well, I'll just do, just because it was recent. Stephen Graham was great. I love that guy.
Tell us about adolescence in the US.
Yeah, adolescence is huge. I didn't know so Stephen Graham was my guest because I'd met him on the Graham Norton show when I did the Graham Norton show in February, and of course I knew his work, but I was like, oh wow, and I love that guy so much. He is such a kind, incredibly talented actor, and it's hard to find those people that are just of the earth and good, and also incredibly talented. Anyway, so he came on, and I did not know Adolescence is the #2 show of all time on Netflix.
What's number one?
Stranger Things.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, viewings just keep racking up, so Adolescence could become
maybe
number one. Not that it matters, I don't suppose.
Such a good show.
I'm obsessed with 1923. And
the year?
The show.
Oh, okay.
Yellowstone.
Well, I don't know.
Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen it?
No, but I know it.
Harrison Ford, Dame Helen Mirren. What's not to like about that?
Sign me up. I'm good.
Yeah, well, do you know, I was going to ask you about things you haven't done that you nearly did.
How much time have you got?
No, but things that you may have auditioned for, didn't quite get.
Yeah,
things that you were offered. Come on.
Madagascar, I was offered and I just turned it down like a dum-dum. Huh?
Which
the
role?
giraffe.
Oh, so you turned it down.
Yeah, but David Schwimmer's great, so I'm glad.
He's great. So was it not? Were you busy that day? Were you distracted? Were you driving?
No, there was no script, so I was like, well, that's scary. You know what I mean? But I was flattered that they asked, but there was no script, so I was like, I don't know, I'm scared.
Give us some more
of
those.
Scared.
Give us some more Madagascars.
Oh, what I passed on?
Yeah. Anything you weren't available for that you would have wanted to do but you couldn't because you're under contract or you're busy or.
I mean, there's tons. Like, because I'm an idiot. I'm like.
You're not an idiot.
I don't know about that. Like, I'm like, but it's bad to talk about those things because you don't want to. I don't want the person who got it or whatever. You know. It's great.
They got paid.
Everything turns out how it's supposed to turn out.
No, exactly. So, because I was thinking of my version of that question, and I thought, because what did you do that you wouldn't do it again? But then I wouldn't be here sitting talking to you, and you wouldn't be here sitting talking to me.
Right. It's all energy, right? When nobody dies, we're all energy. We keep going.
Yeah. Apparently, people do die in the end.
What?
That's how this ends.
I gotta write that down.
Sean, seriously, this does not end well.
It doesn't.
We need to make the most of that sunshine. Day 4 of Wimbledon. Your new play. Everything. Prime Minister coming in.
I got to get on the train that's not there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason Bateman. Where is he when you need him?
Oh, my God.
Will the podcast go forever?
I mean, as long as we're having fun, we're having fun. You're so sweet. Well, I mean, maybe one day we'll be as great as you. I mean, this is huge. How long have you been doing this? 25 years?
100 years.
Wow.
It's my centenary this year.
Wow,
Isn't
centenary.
Oh, yeah.
Centenary.
Yeah.
Wow.
100 years.
What do you say? How do you say aluminum?
Aluminum. You just said it. How do you say what I just said?
Aluminium. Yeah, aluminium.
Do you mean Illuminati? Do you mean...
No.
What do you mean?
I'm fascinated with all that stuff.
No, do you mean something else, don't you? You mean alumni.
No, I mean aluminium.
What the heck? Oh, because of the anniversary.
No, you said centurion.
Centenary.
It's
100 years.
But I never heard. I know what a century is, but I know what a centenary. I've never heard that.
Are we falling out?
That sounds like a pub.
Have this interview run its course?
I think so. I think it's time. Should we
I
call
think it's
it?
time for you
Talk about a death.
No, I don't want to call it. I don't want to call it today. Today's been. I've never done a show like today.
This has been the most incredible show of your life.
No, I wouldn't say that, but it was. I thought it was going to be. It was shaping up pretty nicely till about 9:10. Now I'm just doing what you do on your show.
No, I love it. Are you kidding? It's home. It feels like home.
Sean, we got to plug the play again. We don't know why, because it'll sell out.
Well.
Tickets available now via goodnightoscar.com. Opens on the 31st of July. Begins Thursday. Previews before. Are you going to preview again? Because you've done it before.
Yeah. Well, it's a new cast, and it's all except for me.
I don't know how theatre works.
Me and Ben Rappaport are the only two.
Dismissive of my demeanor. God, sorry.
No, me and Ben Rappaport are the only two Americans that came with the show. All the rest are new cast members, and they're Brits, and they're amazing.
And will they be affecting American accents? I suppose they will.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Have you affected an English accent anywhere?
I can do it.
Go on then.
No. I'd be crushed by everybody.
You're a nice guy, aren't you? Good vibes.
I'm a nice.
Tilly, I know what you mean. I mean, I didn't get it when you first started talking about how nice he was, but I get it now.
At the break, when you cut me off and played a song,
I didn't cut you off.
You cut me off so hard.
I saved your ass.
Tilly proposed to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that going to go?
It's going to go really well. I got to ask my husband.
All right. Good Night Oscar begins Thursday, 31st of July. Why wouldn't you go and see this thing? Apparently, it is a performance of genius, an ensemble performance of absolute genius, because you can win the Tony, but you need to be helped to win the Tony, don't you? It is a gang show.
Oh, yeah. It's an ensemble for sure. Yeah, I couldn't do it alone.
All right. Until Sunday, 21st September. If it goes well, at least 21st of September. That's what I'm going to say there.
No, 21st.
That's what I just said.
It sounded like you said 25th.
To be honest, I'm done.
All right.
We've been up since 4. To be honest, I was up at 3:30 this morning.
This interview has gone for 2.5 hours.
Yeah. And do you know what? For a while, I thought you were the Prime Minister. And then there was another moment I thought you were the CEO of McLaren F1.
Yeah.
But all the time, you've just been... You're so good.
Did you hear the F1 things, the practicing? Yeah, did you hear that?
No.
Oh, I was walking through the park and I heard it.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. Sound like a siren.
What are you going to do between now and the 31st?
Something called you None of Your Business.
All right, that's nice. Noneofyourbusiness.com. By the way, Tilly and I, we come up with side hustles all the time.
Yeah, I can tell.
Right.
Yeah.
We have to.
Yeah.
Well, this is only a matter of time.
Yeah, with the Charlie Brown hat on. The only way is up.
It can't get you across everything. So one of our side hustles is roomforasmallone.com.
What is that?
It's if you want to go to the theatre, but you're on your own and you just want one ticket.
That's okay.
You know, do you have a phrase, room for a small one? Do you have that phrase in America? So it's very busy.
It means something very different.
No. but you're on your own. You go, look, we're full. It's just me. Room for a small one.
And okay, sure. Got it.
Lastminute.com.
Yeah, got it.
Roomforasmallone.com.
Okay, and that's what you're doing?
No, we're not. We just started the show.
Well, you just gave the idea away. We should do it.
We talk about it on the radio all the time.
Well, why don't you do it? Someone's going to take that. Why don't you trademark it? Why don't you go daddy go? You know that thing? GoDaddy.com or whatever that is?
Yeah.
So you need to trademark that. Where did you go? I'm talking to you.
Oh, because I was thinking about the acronym, RFASO.
Okay, but I'm right here. I'm talking about your business. I'm going to make you money.
I'm sorry. It's an issue. Right, we're definitely done. We're definitely done. This is going nowhere, this anymore. It was good. By the way, it's not Sean's fault. It's my fault. I've been in 100 years. I've had enough. No, I've not had enough.
What is it called?
Room for a small one.
Roomforasmallone.com. Are we off?
No, we're not. We're still on, but we're about to be off for the sake of the listener. Goodbye, everyone.